Hi everyone, welcome to Table for Two. I'm Onezie.
And I'm the Elusive Bigfoot.
Today our category is top 5 bad is more fun.
Yes,
So you don't necessarily need to be good in order to have fun playing the game.
yes. In fact, sometimes being bad at a game can make it more fun.
Why don't you go first and give us something off your list?
Okay, so um, my first game that I am going to list is Pictionary. So
I'm so bad at that game.
I can't draw, but I can usually figure out a picture. But the fact that I can't draw actually will help me. It's more fun just listening to everyone think that they know what I drew and just like, oh, this is just going the wrong direction. And there's nothing I can do as they're making their guesses. Well, I think that's like a ladder. No,
You're so bad it's funny, is what
it's
you're
very
saying.
funny.
All right, my first game up that I'd like to talk about is Galaxy Trucker.
Oh, that's good.
So the goal of the game is to build a spaceship out of
Hmm.
tiles
Hmm.
and have it survive various hazards
Hmm.
and arrive to deliver its cargo.
Good.
However, watching your spaceship get destroyed by the
Hmm.
various things and maybe even be completely destroyed
Hmm.
is so fun to watch that it doesn't really matter whether you win or not.
Very good.
Galaxy Trucker.
That's a good one. Okay. My next one is going in the direction of I am a terrible drawer, telestrations. So in telestrations, you draw a picture or you get a topic and then you draw whatever it says and then you pass on your board. And then meanwhile, someone's passing me their board. Now, based on their drawing, I'm trying to guess what it is was the topic that they were given they're supposed to draw. And I write down what I think it is. And then I take the board and I give it to the next person and I get someone else's board. And now we have to draw. So you're alternating between drawing and guessing what the word is. So it's like the old game of telephone where you tell somebody a phrase or a word and then they tell somebody else and it morphs before it gets to you. So you're hoping that by the time you get your original board back, that what someone wrote and what they guessed is the same thing. Okay?
All right. So next up on my list of bad is more fun
Mm-hmm.
is Jaws. So this is a game where one of you
Good.
plays the people and one of you plays the shark,
Yes.
and the people try to defeat the shark, and the shark has to
Tries
defeat
to
the
eat the people.
people. So no matter who wins or loses the game,
Mm-hmm.
it's just fun to watch swimmers getting eaten and people running around frantically trying to stop the shark, and they get to attack at the like two phases of the game. They get to attack the
Yeah.
shark.
Mm-hmm.
Will the shark win? Will
Mm-hmm.
the shark not win?
Mm-hmm.
It's just, if you've ever watched the movie Jaws, it's just fun to play no matter who wins.
That's right. That's true.
We play every 4th of July.
We do. Okay. My next game that it's having bad is more fun than being good is charades. Sometimes, no matter what I do during charades to try to get people to guess this word, like my mind goes blank and I can't figure out how to get you there. So just, making more emphasis on an action is not helpful. And it's just funny to watch, especially when you're watching the other team try to guess something. It's just fun. Charades.
Speaking of guessing, my
Hmm.
next thing up is That's Not a Hat.
Oh my gosh, that's on mine too.
Okay, so That's Not a Hat is a memory game
Hmm.
where you look at cards
Hmm.
and then you pass them to the other players. But when
Hmm.
you pass them to the other players, they have to be flipped upside down.
Hmm.
And then you say what you're giving to them. I'm giving
Right,
you a bicycle or something
right.
like that. And you have to either say, I accept your bicycle or that's not a bicycle,
Hmm.
right?
And whoever's wrong gets the card as a marker of like three strikes, you're out kind of
Right,
thing.
right. So what's fun about this game is that it is so hard to be any good at it. I mean, everybody's good at remembering one card, but as soon as you get 3 or 4 or 5 cards passing different directions around the table, like what the heck was that card?
Yeah.
We laugh a lot during that game
We
because we're
do.
so bad at it.
Very true.
That's not a hat.
All right. So I am down to one left. What about you?
How can that be?
Yep.
I have 2 left.
Okay. Why don't you do your next one then?
Okay. The next one I want to do is Sky Team.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I don't think that's fun to be bad. I don't want to die.
It's tragic. It's so sad. So sad.
Why don't you say a little bit more about the game?
So with Sky Team, you're a pilot and a co-pilot rolling dice to fly an airplane.
Yes.
The dice are secret from each other until you actually place them on the board. And the idea is you're trying to land a plane together.
And you're not allowed to talk to each other.
It's a co-op game.
It's a co-op minimal communication game.
However, I think when we played this game, we crashed more than we landed.
For sure. It took us a long time to get through the whole thing because it was just, sometimes it's really, really hard. And sometimes you are really banking. You need to steer the plane in the direction. It's very specific instructions without running into planes that are on the runway.
So we crashed, we died a bunch of times, and yet we had fun.
We did.
It was a lot of gameplay out of that game.
It was.
We played a lot of times. We died a lot of times.
We did die a lot of times. Okay, that brings us to our final one. All right, I don't think we've matched on this one. I'm going to kind of hesitate that one or guess at that. I don't think we did. My final one is One Night Ultimate Werewolf. And in this game, it's a social deduction game, which means you're trying to all figure out something. Are you trying to figure out who's the traitor? Are you trying to figure out who's the bad person? In this game, you're trying to find the werewolf. There'll be 1 or 2 werewolves amidst everyone. And the reason why I think it's so funny is because you're all trying to figure out who's lying, who's telling the truth. Let's think about this for a minute. If that person did this action, then that means, in reverse order, that person did this. That means they switched the roles, so that person's actually the werewolf, not this person that we all think it is. But what's funny to me is how bad some people are at lying, or when you think they're a bad liar, they're actually telling the truth the whole time. So it's just such a fun game. It doesn't last very long. I think you have like it's
timed, right?
It's timed, and the walking through, like, so that you get to know your role, and sometimes you get to peek in another role. That whole part that is walk through takes maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and then you have like 5 to how many minutes of discussion before you actually vote on who is the werewolf. So, as One Night Ultimate Werewolf.
That game taught me that I actually always look like I'm lying.
It's true.
I could say anything. I could be lying.
It's true.
All right. My top game for It's Fun to Be Bad is Flux.
Oh, okay.
Flux from Looney Labs. Check them out.
Yeah.
And so with Flux, you're trying to play cards to meet the requirements of a goal. However, the goal is always changing. The rule is always changing. Everything's always changing. That's why it's called Flux. It's in Flux. And it's just hilarious to be bad at this game because you might win.
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't matter how good or bad you are. It just matters how wacky the cards are.
Yeah.
And so that's why I put Flux at the top of my list.
One of the things I really appreciate about Flux, besides it having multiple themes, so there's bound to be something that you're interested in, the rules will change the game too. Like you might start, it might just say, okay, draw 1, play 1. And then you might add a rule that's like, you can have no more than 4 cards in your hand, but the starting rule might have morphed into draw 5, play 2. Well, very quickly, you're going to have to start discarding cards that maybe, oh, I really wanted to keep that, but you can't. Or maybe there is like, you get to discard goals and take new cards. Just different things. I think they're very genius at building, their Flux games out. So good job, guys.
All right, so that's our top 5 in no particular order except the last one, where it's fun to be bad. Bad is more fun.
Bad is more fun.
Bad is more fun. Please like and subscribe. Hit the button below if you've liked what you've seen. Join us again another time.
Okay, and with that, I am the Elusive Bigfoot.
And I'm Onezie.
Thanks so much.